LG too has now jumped on the online-only bandwagon with the all-new W series, and today we have the LG W30 with us. So let's unbox it and take a quick look at what LG has in store for us. Now this is the box the LG W30 comes in. To the side we have the SAR values, if that's something you want to know, and then we have the spec highlights to the back. Let's cut through the protective plastic with the unboxing knife now. Opening up the box, we have the W30 itself. Let me remove that sticker. The back is made out of plastic, yes, but it does look nice. There is a pattern going on there. Turn the phone on and let's see what else is there in this box. We have a micro USB cable, no Type-C, that is sad. We then have a 10-watt charger along with some paperwork, pretty bare bones. Now before we move on to taking a closer look at the W30, if you've been liking what you've been seeing so far, please do consider turning on notifications by hitting that bell icon. Hey guys, Ash here, you're watching C4E Tech. So guys, what we have here is a unibody polycarbonate shell. Like I mentioned earlier, underneath that glossy exterior, there is a kind of texture. Reminds me of the Zenfone 3's design, which is not a bad thing at all. It looks good. A stark departure from the gradients we've been getting these days that might actually feel a little fresh. And do note that this holds a 4000 mAh battery inside, and despite that the W30 feels deceptively light in hand due to the materials used. To the back, we have a triple camera setup. One of these has a red accent around it. Now we'll come to the cameras later on though. Now below that we have a fingerprint scanner. Like with most physical scanners, this one felt responsive, fast and snappy. It did not pose any issues, so no complaints. Now the rest of the back, it is left quite clean. Turning the phone around, we have a 6.26-inch display. The aspect ratio is 19:9. It's an HD Plus panel. LG are calling it a full vision display. Well, given the resolution, this isn't the sharpest of panels. It is still quite bright and has decent colors. The notch you see up top, it houses the 16 megapixel camera. LG here allows for 3 notch options. You can either have it U-shaped, V-shaped, or hide it entirely. Now other placements include power and volume keys to the right, headphone jack and secondary mic up top, a hybrid slot to the left. So yeah, we do get micro SD support. And to the bottom we have the primary mic, micro USB port, and an internal speaker. LG has incorporated their stereo pulse sound technology into the W30. Now this basically means the sound output here is louder than most other phones in this segment. It is also worth mentioning that to the very top of the screen we have a tiny notification LED. Internally, the W30 is powered by the Mediatek Helio P22 chip clocked in at 2 GHz. Now this might not be anything to write home about, but the fact that LG has coupled it with stock Android, now that's something I do appreciate. The W30 also has no bloatware given the lightweight interface. The P22, it seems okay to handle day-to-day tasks. I didn't notice any major lag and even switching between apps was quite smooth. There's 3 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of onboard storage here. By the way, LG has included support for FM radio, and auto brightness and haptic feedback are also present and accounted for. Now as far as battery goes, like I said at the start of the video, we have a 4000 mAh battery in here, which when paired with the HD Plus display and a low power processor, I expect it should make for good battery life. I should know more once I spend enough time with this. Now should I review this W30? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Now guys, the USP or the unique selling point of this phone, the aspect of the W30 that LG is aggressively marketing, now that's gotta be the cameras. Now this is the first phone from a tier 1 brand to sport triple cameras to the back in this price segment. Now the first camera here, it's a Sony IMX486 sensor. It's a 12 megapixel sensor with a f2 lens. And at a good light, it takes very good shots. We've got decent detail levels and natural looking colors. Now for the secondary sensor, LG has a 13 megapixel ultra wide. And what's interesting here is that the dynamic range doesn't seem to take a dip with this sensor. Usually, especially on budget phones, we've seen ultra wide sensors lose out on dynamic range, but that's not the case here. The final sensor, it's a 2 megapixel depth sensor, kind of what we expected. It lets us control the amount of background blur or bokeh. And here are a couple of portrait shots that we took. Turned out quite well given the price. Oh, and here are a few selfies from the 16 megapixel front camera. Another area that LG is talking up here, it's the low light capability of this phone. Usually I don't really test out low light in the unboxing, but I decided to check out a few samples And the night mode that they've included here did make quite a huge difference. The low light images shot using night mode were so much better in terms of overall brightness as well as detail. Good job LG introducing night mode in a sub 10K device. Talking about which, I guess that brings us to the pricing here. The W30 from LG has been priced at $9,999. Given LG's usual pricing track record, I'd say this is aggressive, and this one's an Amazon exclusive, by the way. Now, the chip inside, I'm not going to call it the best value, but the W30 happens to be paired with stock Android. The cameras do seem interesting to say the least. The build looks decent, and there is a 4000 mAh battery. So maybe a casual buyer wanting a camera-focused budget phone with stock Android from a tier 1 brand. Now that's LG's target audience. Now, do you think the W30 is interesting enough to warrant an in-depth look, a full review? Let me know in the comments below if you guys want me to do it. I'll definitely get that done. And with that, we get to the end of this quick little unboxing and hands-on. Thumbs up, thumbs down based on whatever you felt about it. And also, what do you feel about the W30? Let me know that in the comments as well. Subscribe, turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon if you haven't yet. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4 Retech, and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.